Good afternoon, everybody. This is Steve Lookner at Right Side Broadcasting. Some sad breaking news today. Jerry Lewis, internationally known and famous comedian, singer, entertainer, philanthropist, has passed away this morning at the age of 91. You can see that a lot of news outlets have been reporting this over the last hour or so. For example, Fox News has that up. So Jerry Lewis, who starred in a large number of movies, made records, appeared on TV shows, hosted the Muscular Dystrophy Telethon for about 45 years, has passed away today. So we want to come on the air, just talk about it a little bit, give you guys a chance to talk about it. Maybe some of you out there are Jerry Lewis fans, have like favorite movies he did or memories of Jerry Lewis you want to share with the rest of the people watching. We want to come on a little bit and talk about it. So if while we're on the air you would like to write in and have your comment read on the air, write to me at Lookner on Twitter, at Lookner. And let me just make sure real quick you can hear me. I think movies he did. Yes, you can hear me. So I'd really love to hear what you guys think about this. We're just here talking about it, and we'll talk a little bit about Jerry Lewis's life too. But give me a shout on Twitter. Let me know what your thoughts on are today. If you have any memories of Jerry Lewis, we'd love to read them. And I want to say a little bit about Jerry Lewis. So he was born in Newark, New Jersey, and he got his start. His parents were both entertainers, and I think his father was a vaudeville performer, and his mother was a piano player. And he really first became well known and hit it big with Dean Martin in the Martin and Lewis comedy duo. And they performed together for about 10 years, and then they split up after that. And then Jerry Lewis went out on his own, made a number of movies. There's a well-known story of Jerry Lewis who, after he'd split up with Dean Martin, he was kind of, a little depressed. And then Judy Garland was supposed to go on one night in Vegas, and she couldn't go on. And in an emergency, they called Jerry Lewis and asked if he could replace her. And he went up on stage, and he told some jokes and sang some songs, and it was a big hit. And he said he felt like at that point he knew he could go solo. So he had a very successful solo career after that. And he made a lot of movies. I certainly haven't seen all those movies. Go look at Wikipedia page and look up all the movies he made. An interesting thing about Jerry Lewis, I didn't know, I was doing some reading today, that supposedly he was like the first person, at least according to the article I read, who, when he would shoot his comedy movies, he would shoot them instead of on film, on video. He would set up video monitors, and he would shoot them on videotape, and that allowed him, he'd do a take, and then he could go back and watch the performance, and then make corrections and changes. Because if you're using film, you got to get it developed. You can't, if you're filming yourself, you can't film yourself do a comedy routine and then see it right then, and then say, oh, I should have done it that way, or we should have changed these lines or whatever. But he started using videotape for that, and supposedly it was very, it was really efficient, and it was a revolutionary technique when he did it. I found that interesting. I didn't know that about him. So also, he was really a major. Well, he was really big in the whole raising money for muscular dystrophy. So that the telethon he did for muscular dystrophy went on from, I think, 1964 to 2010. I may have 1 or 2 years off. And if I remember right, it raised around $2.5 billion for muscular dystrophy. Now, there had been questions. I am not an expert on this, but I know there had been questions raised about, was all of the money going, or was some of it, or that kind of stuff. And I am not really an expert enough to speak on that because I don't know enough about it. But if any of you have comments on this, let me know. And if you have thoughts on Jerry Lewis. But also, when it came out the news came out that he died. He's a very big star, but I didn't know if do young people even know who he is? And then I was at my gym today, and right when it happened, right when the news came out, and I know I saw a couple of young people talking about him who I didn't know if they would know who he is, and they were like, "Oh, did you hear Jerry Lewis died?" So he was well known even among a younger crowd, and I'd probably not as well known as among people who were alive when he was in his heyday. Also, something else about Jerry Lewis is that the French love Jerry Lewis. Supposedly, French people love his style of slapstick comedy, and they can't understand why he isn't even more loved by American audiences. although he was very popular. Another interesting thing I was reading today is that I want to say in the 50s or 60s, might have been in the 50s, he signed a deal that was like 7 years of movies, I think, for $10 million. Think of how much $10 million was like in the 50s. It's crazy. So he did very well for himself. Bobby Lee Stabler writes in, Jerry Lewis was my uncles, brothers, nieces, mothers, sisters, husbands, aunts, uncle. I think you mean was their favorite or not? He wasn't all of those people. I think he means he was your, I think the missing word here from Bobby Lee Stabler is favorite. So he was your uncles, brothers, nieces, mothers, sisters, husbands, aunts, and uncles' favorite. Thank you, Bobby, for writing in. We would love to hear your thoughts on this. By the way, Jeffrey Ellen sent me a Jerry Lewis video. I don't think I can play the videos like of his movie. I'd love to be able to play his songs and videos, believe me, but YouTube gets really not happy when you play other people's content, like copyrighted content. So sadly, I will not be able to play like lots of clips of Jerry Lewis movies and songs because like our video will get shut down and they might even shut down our station eventually. So, but thank you, Jeffrey, for sending that in. If you have feel free to reach out if you have like a favorite Jerry Lewis movie or something. And let me see, I wanted to show you some tweets that people tweeted out about Jerry Lewis too. So give me a second here. And you know, I know this isn't political news, but we like to come on and cover big news that a lot of people care about. And Jerry Lewis was really important to a lot of people for enough, you know, who either grew up with him or in their adult life were huge fans of his. So we wanted to come on and do a story about it. So check this out. This is from Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey says, that fool was no dummy. Jerry Lewis was an undeniable genius, an unfathomable blessing. Comedy's absolute. I am because he was. Jerry Lewis, very influential comedian. You can see it right there. Jim Carrey's tweet. By the way, this is Right Side Broadcasting for those of you who don't know. And we are a viewer-supported network. We cover lots of different news here. And if you'd like to know when we're coming on the air to cover breaking news in the future, subscribe to us on YouTube. Click the notifications bell when you do, so you get notifications of all of our videos. We come on the air all the time for news. And thank you to the moderators in the YouTube chat room, by the way, today. And feel free to follow us on Twitter. We just picked up our 50,000th follower yesterday. I'm so excited. We got a post about that on Twitter today. So we have 50,000 followers now. It's very exciting at Right Side Broadcasting. And you can follow me at Lookner if you'd like. And even more importantly, I'd love to hear if you have any memories of Jerry Lewis, favorite movies, favorite routines. Let me know. Share your thoughts so I can share them with the audience. And because we're viewer supported, please consider making a donation. If you'd like to donate, you can, you know, your donations keep us on the air. That's what the donations go to. So if you'd like to make a donation, you can go to rsbn.tv/donate, rsbn.tv/donate, or you can click on the $ in the YouTube chat room at the bottom. And I should mention, speaking of donations, we are going to cover President Trump's rally in Phoenix on Tuesday night. It is 7 p.m. Phoenix time. Now, Phoenix, from my understanding, is technically in the Mountain Time Zone, but they're on Pacific Time right now. I don't know if this because they don't do daylight savings or something. I need to look this up. But if you Google Phoenix time now, what do you get? I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to prove it to all of you. All right, it's a little off topic, but I want to choose. If I type in Phoenix time, it's 12:36 p.m. Phoenix time right now. It's 3:36 Eastern. So Phoenix is 3 hours behind, even though it's located in the Mountain Time Zone. It's very confusing. So anyways, my understanding is that this rally on President Trump's rally on Tuesday is going to be 7 p.m. Phoenix time, which would be Pacific time. But I'm going to check that out today. But anyways, you know, we're going to cover this rally. I'm traveling to Phoenix tomorrow, as is Liz Willis and Maggie Howell. And our cameraman Aaron will be there too. And but you know, they're charging us, as some of you might know, $1,800 to use the internet. It's like this big racket where they have a monopoly, and we have to have internet, a hardwired internet connection at the rally to be able to bring you all of our coverage, or else we can't get it to you. So it's going to be expensive for us to go, but we go anyway because we want to cover it, because the mainstream media won't really cover the whole thing, and we want to give you hours of coverage. So so if you do donate, we will definitely need the money to cover that, and we will be doing chats, both Maggie, Liz, and I, and maybe Aaron, will be doing chats both tomorrow night and Tuesday night after the rally. So keep an eye out for that, but Tuesday we'll have all-day coverage of President Trump's rally. Let's see here. I was in the middle of, and we are here covering, again, Jerry Lewis, well-known comedian for decades. Also hosted the Muscular Dystrophy Telethon for about 45 years. A singer, became famous in a comedy team with Dean Martin. He died today at age 91. We are talking about it on the air. We're taking your comments on it. So if you have any memories or comments on this, thoughts about Jerry Lewis, maybe I wonder if people out there are our fans Jerry Lewis fans. I don't know, but I'd love to hear from you. Write to me at Lookner on Twitter at LOOKNER. And we're also looking at some different tweets out there in social media about Jerry Lewis. Like we just saw this tweet from Jim Carrey, who said, "I am because he was." Let's see what else I can find. So this is a tweet from Comedy Central, the network Comedy Central, and they say, "We salute the legendary Jerry Lewis. Rest in peace." That's from Comedy Central. Larry King says, according to CNN, Jerry Lewis knew how to make people laugh. He was extraordinary and a hell of an actor. Oh, there's a Twitter moment about Jerry Lewis. I don't even know exactly. Isn't this where they if it's a Twitter moment, is that where like they post a lot of tweets about somebody? Let's open up the Twitter moment and see what that is about Jerry Lewis. Yeah, here's this tweet I saw. I tweeted this out earlier today. I believe this guy is a columnist in Las Vegas, Nevada Press Association, or at least in Nevada. He tweeted out that Jerry Lewis has died today at 9:15 a.m. in his home in Las Vegas. He was 91. To die peacefully of natural causes at 91 in his home with family by his side. Hollywood Reporter reports Jerry Lewis dies. Is it non-Perel? I don't even know how to pronounce it. I honestly don't. Here we go.
Non-Perel.
Non-Perel. I guess I was right. Penn Jillette of Penn and Teller says, "How did my life get good enough that Jerry Lewis would smile at me, and how sad to lose him?" Another interesting, one part of Jerry Lewis, he did have some controversy in his life. Was it? I believe he made like was it? I want to look this up. I want to say it was either like a gay slur or something like that in an interview. Let's see if I can find it. Or was it racism? Let's see. Yes, in 2007, he was forced to apologize for making a anti-gay slur during a telethon. And that's just something else somebody might remember about him, in addition to all his great comedy movies and performances. Patton Oswalt, very well-known stand-up comedian, says, "Jerry Lewis has passed on. I sincerely hope his afterlife is a warm, peaceful haven." That's referring to something, and I don't even get it. But what can I say? Well, here's a little, it's like a clip of Jerry Lewis. By the way, a really good Jerry Lewis comedy movie, if you haven't seen it, is King of Comedy, where he plays, if I'm remembering right, it's like he's a talk show host, a TV talk show host, and then like a crazy fan like takes over the show. But that's a really good movie. Martin Scorsese directed it. It's an excellent movie. It's very funny and a good movie. Robert Jimison says, "Jerry Lewis will always be remembered as a true humanitarian, raising over $2.6 billion for the Muscular Dystrophy Association." Some pictures here. So those are some tweets about Jerry Lewis. Hold on one sec. Jeffrey Elin writes in, we love Jerry Lewis. He was the best from America, and we are missing him. Sam Lewis says French people adored. Sorry, Sam Miller, our viewer, says French people adored Jerry Lewis. Let me get off that shot. It's a little distracting. Let's see what else we can find here. A lot of celebrity tributes for Jerry Lewis today. Samuel L. Jackson says, it was incredible knowing and laughing with the amazing Jerry Lewis. He'll keep him laughing in the ever after. Bette Midler says, Jerry Lewis, a complicated soul who made the whole world laugh, has died. And if any of you have thoughts about Jerry Lewis, let me know. Reach out to me at Lookner on Twitter, at Lookner. I'd love to read your thoughts about Jerry Lewis on the air. Just looking over some celebrity tributes here for Jerry Lewis. Look at this. I didn't know she had a Twitter account. Audrey Hepburn says, saddened to hear about the passing of Jerry Lewis. Thank you for the laughs and the big heart. And she misspelled heart, but that's okay. She was a typo. And she has a GIF on there. That's not. So Audrey Hepburn has passed away, I would think. Let me make sure of this. I was like, this is weird. I think this is a fan site or something. I was like, that's odd. Hold on a second. Something struck me as wrong about that. Let me see. Audrey Hepburn. Yeah, she died in 1993. Yeah, I was like, that's strange. She has a Twitter account? So there you go. I feel like it should be called Audrey Hepburn fan Twitter fan account or something. Because if you call it, I don't know. I feel like that it's confusing. Anyways. But, yeah, and the way that tweet is, that tweet kind of makes it look like it's from Audrey Hepburn. So I apologize for my utter confusion. But still a nice gift, though. Roland S. Martin, who some of you might know from different appearances on news networks, says, damn, 2 comedic legends gone in less than 24 hours. Last night, Dick Gregory, 84. Today, Jerry Lewis, 91. That's generations of laughter. See, maybe I'll play a few seconds of this. Just a few seconds. No, I can't play much more. This is from a tweet. It's from Now This. What is this here? I wonder, is there volume on this? Oh, hold on. Let's try this again, real quick. I can't play it because there's music on it and YouTube will go crazy, so I apologize, folks. You know what I'll do? I'll mute it and then I'll play some of the video for you so you can see it. He was an incredible physical comedian. Okay. Stephen Van Zandt from the E Street Band, Bruce Springsteen's guitarist, says the greatest is gone. R.I.P. Jerry Lewis. Ryan Seacrest says Jerry Lewis was a true movie legend and comedy pioneer. Rest in peace. Director Kevin Smith says, bad week for classic comedy. First Dick Gregory passes, now Jerry Lewis dies. Both spent life making millions laugh. Fare thee well, legends. What is this clip? Here's a little physical comedy clip of Jerry Lewis. Hold on. Well, I gave you the punchline before playing the clip. There we go. See what else I can find here. William Shatner from Star Trek says, condolences to the family of Jerry Lewis. The world is a lot less funnier today. George Takei, also of Star Trek, says, we have lost a great comedian and even greater heart. Thank you for the laughs and the feels, Jerry Lewis. Andrew Sova says, a movie of his I really enjoyed stars with Dean Martin called Scared Stiff. I really should watch it again. Thank you for writing in, Andrew. If you have any memories of Jerry Lewis or thoughts on Jerry Lewis, write to us write to me at @Lookner on Twitter, and I'll read them on the air. And we're covering the death of Jerry Lewis a bit here at Right Side Broadcasting. Died today at 91 years old. Seeing a lot of celebrity tributes to Jerry Lewis, which we're going over now. Here's somebody you might not know, but I'm a big fan of comedian Gilbert Gottfried. And he says, the French were right about him all along. R.I.P. Jerry Lewis. Joan Collins of Dynasty. Am I remembering this right? It's a while back. She says, the king of comedy, Jerry Lewis, was a tremendous talent and a good friend. Rest in peace, Jerry Lewis. You'll be sorely missed. This is Right Side Broadcasting again. We cover all kinds of news here. And I am Steve Lookner. We're covering the sad news that Jerry Lewis passed away today. If you want to know when we're coming on the air with breaking news broadcasts, news broadcasts of all types, subscribe to us on YouTube and click the notifications bell. Also, feel free to share this video on Facebook and like us on Facebook as well, or follow us on Facebook. And on Twitter, we're at RSB Network. And I am at @Lookner, and I post about breaking news a lot, so you can follow me there. And also, let me know today if you have any thoughts about the passing of Jerry Lewis. Noreen Sanderson says, I loved Jerry Lewis typewriter skit. It is on YouTube. I will look it up. And as I mentioned before, I am not really allowed to play any video clips or movie clips because that's copyrighted, and YouTube gets very upset when you do that. You do not want to incur the wrath of YouTube, so I'm not going to do that. But Noreen Sanderson recommends everybody go watch the typewriter skit on YouTube. Also, again, we are a viewer-supported network. If you've never watched us before, we rely on your donations to stay on the air and to bring you an alternative to the mainstream media. And for example, we're going to go on Tuesday and cover President Trump's rally. We're going to be there all day in Phoenix. We're going to have hours and hours of interviews with people in line and showing you the sights and sounds outside the arena. And then we're going to go inside the arena and talk to people inside the arena. Then show you all of the speeches, all of them, and show you the crowd and not edit anything out. And then afterwards, we'll do a post show where we interview people as they exit the rally and hear what they thought about it. So we do the full coverage, but we can only do that with your help. It costs a bunch of money to go, especially because, as I mentioned before, it is costing us $1,800 for internet because of this crazy racket where they let this one company have a monopoly on the internet there, and they can gouge people for it. Believe me, that's way more than at most of the venues, but there's just one company at a bunch of places, and they always charge. They initially asked us for $8,000, and then we said, well, no, you charged us $1,800 last time. They said, oh, okay, I guess we could do $1,800 or something like that. So your donations really keep us on the air and allow us to do this news coverage. So if you'd like to donate, go to rsbn.tv/donate, rsbn.tv/donate, or click the $ in the YouTube chat room at the bottom of the chat room. And thank you to the moderators in the chat room today. We got JC, we got Webster, we got Real Frank, we got Jazz Punk, we got Lynn Jean. So many moderators today. I love it. And all the regulars we have. You know, among others, we got Music World is in there. Who are some of the other regulars? I'm just going very fast. I know Jeffrey Elin is in there sometimes. William Geary, and I'm not going to read everybody's name because then I'll be sitting here for a half hour reading names. But Sugary, yeah. So Maritza, all the regulars are in there. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to look at some more. Celebrity tributes to Jerry Lewis. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Current comic actor Josh Gad, who's in a lot of stuff lately, he says one of the greatest of all time, a legend, a showman, a comedic icon, a movie star, an activist, a one-of-a-kind. Rest in peace, Jerry Lewis. Dane Cook, well-known stand-up Dane Cook, says, my mentor and friend Jerry Lewis has passed away, a visionary, a pioneer in all forms of entertainment, a charitable human, a father. Harry Connick Jr. writes, R.I.P. Jerry Lewis. He was always so nice to me, the greatest of all time. Jamie Lee Curtis, actress Jamie Lee Curtis says, Jerry Lewis loomed large in my family. Many movies with my mom, and he made home movies with Janet and Tony. He made me and many laugh. You know what I'm forgetting? I'm forgetting who Jamie Lee Curtis's mom was. Oops, sorry. I didn't want to do cut there. I want to go over here. Let me get rid of that. Let me go back to here. I just forget. Janet Leigh, actress Janet Leigh, was her mom. I think it's Leigh and not Lee, but I might be wrong. See what else we got here. Let's check it out. Ellen DeGeneres tweets out, Jerry Lewis was a comic and philanthropic icon. I send love to his family today. Oh, wow. I just got a text that Trump is to address nation. Hold on a second, folks. Hold on a second. Let me look at my Twitter and see this. President Trump tomorrow night addresses the nation on Afghanistan and South Asia. President Trump. We will carry that at Right Side Broadcasting. He will address the nation tomorrow in prime time. Let me just tweet this out, folks. I'm retweeting it out. I'll show you. Look. Look, I'm not making this up. Elizabeth Landers posts, President will address the nation tomorrow in prime time. Statement from the press secretary. President Donald J. Trump will address our nation's troops and the American people tomorrow night at 9 p.m. To provide an update on the path forward for America's engagement in Afghanistan and South Asia. Hold on, I'm just texting back Joe, who just texted me. So you will be able to watch President Trump's speech tomorrow night at 9 p.m. EST. Now, maybe I might be able to be on the air because we're traveling tomorrow. So the problem is, I'll see if I can do it. If we're settled, if we actually don't get delayed tomorrow and I'm in Phoenix, maybe I'll be able to do a little pre-show and post-show for that. Otherwise, we'll have it either way. But just know I'm traveling to Phoenix tomorrow along with Maggie and Liz and Aaron. So hopefully I can get to Phoenix in time to do some kind of pre-show and post-show for it. But either way, we will be on the air with coverage of that. So tune in tomorrow night for President Trump's address. What else does it say about that? We got a little sidetracked here, but we want to cover this breaking news. Fox News says President Trump to address the nation on Afghanistan and South Asia. So I guess South Asia probably means North Korea specifically. Let me just see if there's any. I know it's kind of tough because we're covering Jerry Lewis and this breaking news happened. Let me see if there's anything I can find about him addressing the nation. And it's... Joe says it's from the Oval Office. So here's my question. So, you know what I'm going to do? Well, I can't tell. I sort of want to start a new stream. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that. Because it's so confusing. We're talking about Jerry Lewis now. I think I might start a new stream. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, I'm going to end this stream right now. Because it's kind of silly having a stream on Jerry Lewis when we're now talking about President Trump addressing the nation. And I think I'm going to do a little news alert stream, where a news alert about President Trump addressing the nation tomorrow night, okay? So I'm going to say goodbye right now, and I'm going to start a stream in about 5-10 minutes when I have some more information on this. And we'll talk about, so watch out for a stream on YouTube coming out in about 10 minutes, and we'll talk more about President Trump's address. For now, our condolences go out to... well, I should show a picture of Jerry Lewis. Jeez, not that picture. Our condolences go out to Jerry Lewis's family and friends and everybody close to him. Jerry Lewis, comedy icon, dead at 91 today. So this has been our coverage of that here at Right Side Broadcasting, and we're going to do a stream in a few minutes about President Trump addressing the nation tomorrow night. So we'll see you in a little bit. But for now, have a good day. But feel free to join me in just a few minutes for another stream. I will see you in a few minutes. If I can get this graphic on the air that I'm supposed to get on the air. I don't even know what it is. There it is. Okay, we'll see you in a few minutes.